All right, so hello and welcome. This episode, I'll be teaching you guys about your sexual energy, how it works as far as the chakras, as far as the food, as far as the people, and you're entangled with sexually, how to express your sexual energy, and what makes you have these symptoms and erectile dysfunction, PCOS, failed childbirth, stuff like that. I'm going to talk specifically about your sexual energy. So let's dive right in. All right. So first and foremost, your sexual energy is big. It is the start of everything in terms of creation. It is where you have desire to get things done. It's where you have creativity. It's also where you have the sort of expression of who you are. So let's look at it from this perspective. I'm gonna base it today on some simple concept. I look at men on one side, and I look at women on the opposite side. Now I look at it like this: you can have positive, negative, negative, positive, whatever, however you want to think of it. But I look at it like this: I say women are magnetic, feminism. So I take feminism as something that's magnetic. All right. I look at man, something that's electric, something that is, so I say masculine. And the reason why I say electric, magnetic is because you have to have a magnet and you have to have the power behind that magnet. So I say that women are what attracts people. Feminism. Whenever you are a beautiful being, a beautiful spiritual expressive being, you are attractive in that way and you are magnetic. So the things that are attracted magnetically come from the women because this entire Mother Earth, they call it Gaia, it's a woman. That's how I look at it. But the act of pasting something onto that screen that we have, which is the Earth, the planet Earth, comes from the male perspective, which would be the masculine perspective. So the ideas. Now, this also goes down to, I'm really going to get into this one. It goes down to the pineal and the pituitary. So the pineal, we can say third eye, and the pituitary, which you can say the crown. All right. So the man has the imagination and the vision. Ladies, if your man does not have a vision, you need to leave his ass because he don't know where he's going. And your job is to be able to help him to attract that vision into reality. So if you don't have a man with a GPS, with a compass set by God to tell him where he's going, what he's getting up doing every day, what his purpose in life is to do, to fulfill, you got a problem. The man has a problem and the woman has a problem. Now, this is the start of how the sexual energy gets distorted, okay? Because the pituitary gland that you call your crown, 963 hertz for all of those who need that, 963 hertz. Third eye, which is 852 hertz, an intuitive place of imagination. But what I'm saying is, I have a vision. I know that I want to have a company. I know that I want to have a legacy that I leave on this planet Earth. And I have to be able to say I'm on purpose with a purpose. Because I'm on purpose with a purpose, I know that anybody who comes into my existence is going to help me to fulfill that purpose. So this is the primary way that I look at how relationships work. I look at it as man and woman. I'm electric. I have this energy to go do things, and I also provide the seeds. I provide the seeds, but they provide the eggs. This is an even clearer way of looking at it as I'm gonna draw a simple computer. This is a simple computer screen. You have a desktop. That's a desktop or a laptop, whichever one you want. It don't matter. but this is going to be a computer screen, meaning the women are going to be like a hard drive of a CPU. They are going to be the actual programmers. You can call them like the ovens, because the women are the ones that have the kids. The women are the ones that birth new universes and create new universes inside of our existence. Now the man instead is going to be like a little stick. He's going to be the flash drive. That's what he's going to be, 260 gig. So he's going to be the flash drive. He's a flash drive. He goes in and he sticks his flash drive into the CPU and he creates a new program. This is the simplest way I can put this for you guys. Women, you are CPUs, you are a large hard drive. And now what happens is, whenever you have sex between man and woman, you exchange the files. You exchange the files. So my files are now exchanged with the woman. The woman's files are now exchanged with me. And so what I have to understand is that by me doing this concept, because we call it sex, but let's look at it from a deeper perspective. Let's look at it from the words sacred. Sacred. Sacred, energy, exchange. Okay? This is how we're going to look at this. This phrase right here. Sacred energy exchange. This is sex. It's sacred energy exchange. All right? Sacred. So if I'm looking at this as it's sacred, wouldn't I want to be intentional from who I'm going to go have sex with? Wouldn't I want to actually be conscious of who I'm going to go have sex with? All you club hoppers. I used to be out in the club. I used to go out to the club after midnight, being out there 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, foolishly. Thankfully I've been with my partner for the last, I've been married for the last 4 years, but on and off I was with my partner for the last 11 years, almost. So, whenever you find somebody whom you want to keep, and I'm not saying that, you won't have time if you don't want to be with the person. What I'm saying is, if you can look past whatever you're going through, you would sit there and say, intentionally, is this person somebody I can see myself being with at the end of the day? So, sacred energy exchange. This is what sex is. And all throughout, you're going to see the man, the woman, the electric, the masculine, the pineal. They're going to have the vision. But again, women, if your man does not have a vision, you're going to be stuck. Now, this is the issue that I see, is that because men have this flash drive, we go and we find a bunch of different CPUs, women, to go put our flash drive inside. But we don't understand, in this case, in this level of pH, and this level of also alkalinity and alignment, we can cause the woman to be misaligned because of our flash drive. Now listen, when you have sex with somebody, you open up a portal. You basically open up a portal for the rest of your life with this person that you go to have sex with. Now, all of the men, we think that the Will Chamberlain method, the 10,000, sleeping with 10,000 women and stuff like that is cool, but it's not cool. And the reason why I say it's not cool is because you got too many energies floating around inside of your head. You have too many portals that are open. Now, I'm not a polygamist. I don't knock it, because I don't do it. So I don't really have any opinion on it other than I don't believe in I need to have 10 females or 2 females or 3 females. I don't believe I need to have that at one time. If this person gives me what I need at this time, great. This person gives me what I need at this time, great. But I do not feel like I need to go have backup dancers for the main course. Like I just don't feel like I need to have that. So some people feel like they need to have that, but this is what I'm telling you is the issue. You are not complete. The reason why you feel like you need to have multiple women or multiple men or multiple partners is because you yourself are not complete. You need to be complete before you go find a significant other. If you're not complete, your insecurities will now come out and all over the place. You're going to be sitting there trying to go run to the next thing because you can't sit there and stand down and fully commit to something because you're not committed to yourself 100%. And that is why. So we're going to look at it from this perspective. All right. If a man, you walk around, you have this flash drive, we'll look at it as the penis, your penis. And you have the hard drive, the CPU. You can call it the vagina. And obviously, we put our penis into the vagina and we deposit our seeds, our flash drive, our files into this hard drive, the CPU, that now cooks and creates a brand new universe. That's it. That's what happens. But if our files are corrupted, we're just going to give somebody else corrupted files. So say, let's talk about, let's get rid of this. Now let's say that we have an acidic man. All right. So man, I'm gonna just do M and W. So M and W. So you have an acidic man. Man, he is acidic. Woman is alkaline. In terms of pH, we're gonna always go back to this 7.35, 7.55. That's the Alkalign Lifestyle. 7.35, 7.55. We're gonna put an N that stands for neutral. All right, we want this neutrality right here. But if I'm a man and I'm too acidic, this is what's going to happen in terms of a man when he's acidic. His sperm is going to be separated. It's going to be yellow and brownish. That's what's going to happen. And now your sperm, this is sperm, that is also going to be created. It's created. It's first created inside of the what gland? So down at your prostate. So your prostate gland, it's a combination of zinc and interstitial fluid. Zinc, interstitial fluid. That's what your sperm is. This is what the combination of it is. Zinc and interstitial fluid. So first and foremost, for men who are suffering from a lack thereof zinc or interstitial fluid, you will find certain herbs and things that people use. Tongat Ali, that's one herb that people use. Also, shilajit, which is inside of my Replenish 12 herbal formula. For those who don't know, I do offer herbal formula, but I'll talk about that in a separate video. But this zinc and interstitial fluid, it was supposed to be traveling up the CSF, the cerebrospinal fluid, to go up from the base of your spine to the top of your head. And so the sperm is supposed to be deposited along with the woman into her ovaries. So here we go with PCOS. So the alkaline woman that has an alkaline environment on the inside is now getting this sperm that goes into an alkaline environment. And what's going to happen to this one? It's going to cause this one to now become acidic. So the lady who was alkaline is now going to be acidic. And what's going to happen to when the lady becomes acidic? Her vaginal discharge is going to look like cottage cheese. It's going to be clumpy. I'll just put clumpy. That's a good word. So clumpy, cottage cheese. Your discharge is it's supposed to be clear, okay? It's supposed to be beautiful, clear, pristine, looks just like the living water. But when it's not, it's going to look like cottage cheese, clumpy, discolored. I'll say light yellow. You can kind of get to that understanding. Light yellow or off-white, right? Your discharge. This is your vaginal fluid. Your vaginal fluid is just like ejaculation. So men ejaculate, and women also have a discharge that comes out whenever they squirt the discharge out. It's like a combination of urine, mixed with the fluids that are mixed inside of the vagina. So this is another thing that I see is a big problem. So, and it also can happen backwards from women to men. Women can be acidic and men can be alkaline. And then what does the man say? Oh, you burned me. Oh, I went and I had sex with this woman and she burnt me and left my penis on fire or whatever. No, that's not it. It's your pH that's changed. You can bring bacteria to the woman can bring the bacteria to you. That's why it says, whom are you laying down with? You need to be understanding and intentional behind the person you're going to go lay down with. All right, so let's talk about some symptoms and some ailments and how to go fix this. Now, I'm going to give you guys the three things that fix any sexual energy exchange symptom that obviously is not favorable to you, something that's a discomfort or pain of some kind. These things fix this in an instant. Now, I'm going to talk with you about the first one. The first one is lack of hydration. So lack of hydration is the first cause. So if you have erectile dysfunction, PCOS, painful periods, trouble conceiving a child, childbirth, low testosterone, low sperm count for the guys. First and foremost, you have lack of hydration. I don't care what anybody says. Because lack of hydration also leads to stress. It's found that a lack of hydration is the cause of stress. Now that we got that one out the way, because your stress is primarily the cause of you misfiring and miswiring your entire body systems for the hormones that are secreted from the governing body up here, the endocrine system, your brain. When your brain cannot properly diagnose and give your body what it needs, it's going to struggle to understand who needs this, who needs what, when they need it, how they need it, how much they need. And all of it stems from a lack of hydration. Hydration is what's electric. Hydration is what causes you to be able to network and communicate within yourself. So if you understand that you need to have water in order to communicate from your brain to the rest of your system, you're going to drink more water. Here's a clue. Before you have sex, before having sex, drink water. Before having sex, drink water. If it's 1 glass to 2 glasses, maybe 16 ounces total, but both of you, man and woman, woman, man, however y'all get down like that, drink some water. Drink some water. You need to be electric. Now, I'm not condoning woman and man, because to me, it's not godly. I'm not sitting there saying I don't knock gay people. I just know that if there's 100 people left on the island and they're all men or they're all women, pretty much civilization is over with, because we can't make a new creation the same thing. That's just the truth. I don't know how else to put it to you guys. So if there's 100 women, LGBTQs or whatever you want to call it, and same thing with the men, there's 100 of us left on this planet. We cannot continue generations and continue our lineage, because we don't have any way of making it, because we have to have positive and negative. You have to have positive and negative. You have to have two sides to be able to go 1 foot forward to the next. So if you don't have men and women, or woman and man, however you want to call it, then it pretty much stops. So if y'all enjoy it, then no problem. That's on y'all. Whatever floats y'all boat. But I'm just telling you that in terms of the godly, that's not how it's supposed to be. So let's keep going. Before having sex, drink water. That's a key. All right. So lack of hydration, which causes stress. Now, what this does in terms of causing the stress is it causes hormonal imbalance. So I'll put this, causes hormonal imbalances. Your brain is supposed to be able to regulate everything that's going on with you. You're supposed to be able to have the right amount of testosterone. You're supposed to have the right amount of estrogen that comes in. But you see a lot of men that have titties. like man boobs, too much estrogen. So whatever, and I'll get into that on the next one. But too much estrogen, synthetic estrogen, meaning it's been processed or it's been made outside of your body. You make your own. You make your own estrogen. You make your own testosterone. You make your own everything. Okay, because the Creator is very, very smart in how He created us. Very, very intelligent in how He created us. Okay, no gaps. There's no holes. Nothing that we have to fill in. All right, except for tissue salt, and that we get from food, our supplements, mineral cell salt. All right, but other than that, you have everything else that's embedded within inside of your DNA. You can make your own. So the causes for hormonal imbalance are going to be due to stress. So this is the first start. It's lack of hydration that starts this process. That causes the stress. It's like a cycle. Lack of hydration causes stress. In your Bible, it says, Jesus says, I am the living water. That means you are the living water because you are Jesus. Jesus is no different than you. Okay? I don't know who. I'm not a religious person. I'm a spiritual person. And I believe 100% in spirituality. I don't do all the religious stuff. So that's for another day. Somebody else can do that. That's fine. But I focus on how does my body systems, 12 systems, work in unison together with everybody else, with each other. So you causing hormonal imbalances due to stress. Women who are on birth control. Oh my goodness. Birth control is something that I do not recommend for you to do. This is why I don't recommend you to do this, women. Because when you are on birth control, you seem to forget about your value. You seem to go from any and every partner that you can go to, and you don't choose with intentionality. You don't choose with a conscious thought. What is this man going to provide for me? You don't choose that. And why I say that it's almost like a excuse to be promiscuous, but you don't have to be that. You don't have to do that. You need to value yourself. You're a gold mine. You can create new universes. Why would you go open your legs for any and every type of man that you know is not going to be committed to you? Because you aren't committed to you. So first and foremost, just by you taking birth control, you are committed to you. That's in my opinion, in my honest belief. And I see many women who go into birth control, they take the pills, they have all these different breakouts, these acne things coming, or heart arrhythmias, things happen, eczemas, acne, PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, all these things, painful periods, menstrual problems, painful periods. So when you have a painful period, all right, this is the moon cycle. The moon cycle. So let's talk about the moon cycle. Moon cycle is 29 and a half days. 29 and a half days. So every 29 and a half days, you women should be having some sort of cycle that comes out of you. You should be having some sort of cycle. You can follow your fertility from charts. They have apps for this type of stuff. My wife has an app. You know, you can follow this stuff and follow your own menstrual cycle just by literally looking up outside at the moon. When it's a crescent moon, you can tell it's getting to the end of the month. When it's a big, large, ginormous moon, it's at the beginning of the month. So understand, it's not that hard. It's just being committed to yourself first and foremost. Y'all need to be committed to yourself first and foremost. So painful periods, not having a regular cycle, PCOS. Many of these things can be solved just by ridding yourself of birth control. Get rid of birth control. Get rid of birth control. Kegel. If you have trouble, men, if you have trouble being able to sustain your erection for longer than a couple minutes, I'm talking to all the 2 minute to 5 minute guys. I don't even know if y'all get to 5 minutes, but all the 2 minute guys who can't even seem to hold on to their own erection. The reason I'm going to tell you, first and foremost, is because of flow. So you don't have flow. Flow comes from water. So water is the key of flow. Water and also oxygen. Flow comes from water and oxygen. So all of you gentlemen with erectile dysfunction, all right, it's not dysfunction. It's erectile disconnection. You're disconnected. You should be able to imagine your way to an erection. I should be able to just stare and say, my partner is beautiful. I can imagine her with a sexy outfit on, and all of a sudden I'm excited and I'm in the mood. And if I can't get in the mood, there's a disconnection from my mind here to my penis down here. Because they talk about you have a brain down here. First and foremost, you have, let's talk about this real quickly, and we'll get back to Kegels. You have 7 chakras, all right? You have the root, you have the sacral, and you have the solar. And then you have the heart, and then you have the throat, and then you have the third eye, and then you have the crown. This is how you're going to know these block right here. This is going to be the heart, which is really the thymus gland. All right? It's going to be the connector of the top and the bottom. But these right here, the root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus, they are what you call energy consumers. Energy consumers. All right? What happens is the root, the sacral, and the solar, they have processes that need to be done. You have a process by which you go in and you make your sperm or your vaginal fluid, a process by which your food is digested through the intestines. You have a process by which the gut, first and foremost, takes it with the acid and the bile inside of your stomach, and it breaks down all the energy that you have for that day. So understand that these 3 down here are energy consumers. That is what these are. And so what most individuals that I've seen, they have a problem with the energy flow from down here because they have a block. So if you've been raped, molested, assaulted, sexually assaulted, sexually assaulted, right? What happens is this energy stays down here because these traumas that you've gone through, these traumas are rooted in the way that you think about sex. So all of a sudden, if you're a college student or a young woman and you've had to go through rape of some kind, sexual assault of some kind, that's why I say alcohol is got no use for any of this stuff. Alcohol is foolish and is stupid for anyone to go to drink. It doesn't make sense. Wine is not spirit. So if y'all go into the grocery store and you see this, that says wine plus spirit, it's a lie. Wine and spirit, that is a lie. That is the most fabricated lie I've seen in anywhere that I go. Wine and spirit. Wine is not the spirit. Alcohol is not the spirit. You have no spirit whenever you drink alcohol. You have no spirit at all, period. On the contrary, it blocks the spirit from coming out. You have no spirit from coming in. So this is the first cause that I see in terms of rape or in terms of molestation, sexual assault, is alcohol. Alcohol, drugs of some kind. But it all stems from immediately go back to the lack of hydration. All right? So these 3 consumers, solar, sacral, and root, if you've been raped, molested, sexually assaulted, I'm not a person who's not empathetic because I was molested. So what? At the end of the day, I had to figure out how to forgive myself for being in that spot and the person who did it to me. I had to understand once I was able to go through that process in my own head and say, you know what? It's my fault for putting myself in that position in the first place. It's my fault. And I understood that forgiveness starts everything. I let go of that. My energy now can come back. So all you women or men, both of you who are struggling with being raped or having been molested or sexually assaulted, you got to change your imagination. You got to change your mindset about these things in terms of sex. All right. And so these things are you're still accountable for. Even if you're a young child, 0 to 7 years of age. Okay. 0 to 7 years of age means that you were just programmed subconsciously, whether it's your parents or, somebody around you, your caretakers, however they were, was programming you to be vulnerable, to be taken advantage of, because that's the vibration that they were at. And so, yes, you may have came into the world not knowing anything, not being conscious of anything, but they were. and they didn't do you guys justice. That does not mean that it's their fault. They've probably done the same way. They were probably treated the same way when they were younger. You see what I'm saying? So you can't blame them. You can't blame them. Because at the end of the day, you still got to deal with it. So you got to deal with it. You have to move forward. So let them be, and you continue to move forward. You continue to move forward because it's going to help you to be able to get that energy, to that all that trapped energy down here, root, sacral, and solar, to now go up into the heart, and now you can start to love again. We're going to get to this before we end about love. So let's get back to Kegels. So Kegel is a very important exercise. So whenever you go in to go urinate, all right, you can stop the flow of urine from coming out. So if guys, you at the stall, y'all over here doing it, whenever you stop the flow from coming out and you're able to consciously do it, meaning you're doing it, you're stopping and starting the flow. Just by you doing that movement with your own body internally, that's what a Kegel exercise is. So you're basically contracting. All right. Well, you have the perineum, and which is between the rectum and the anus at the bottom of. It's like a flap. So it's like a little flap of skin or tissue at the bottom in between the rectum and the anus. And so what happens is if you can flex this tissue and you can keep it flexed, and you can just keep it going, you can hold this so you can hold your erection. So before you're going to ejaculate, all right, women too, all right, y'all can do this Kegel exercise too. Y'all should do it all the time to tighten up your um, vaginal walls and tighten up your vagina. But men, especially, this is how you're able to tithe. This is what tithing really is. It's it's saving your semen. So you've heard of semen retention, but it's not abstinence from sex. You still can pleasure your partner. But what you do is you retain the semen by before ejaculation, you basically Kegel. And when it's about to shoot out, you can send it back into your body, and it goes up the sacral, which is basically like it's called the horse's tail at the base of your spinal cord, and you send it from the base of your spine to the top of your head, and it mixes with the CSF, cerebral spinal fluid, and now it goes up from the base of your spine to the top of your head. All right, it hits right here at the base. This is where your cerebellum is back here. Your cerebrum is up here. So it basically hits here, medulla oblongata, which is going to be the cross behind your neck, your upper neck to connect into your head, and it's gonna send. It's like mercury when you have a thermometer. A thermometer, whenever it gets hot or cold, the mercury goes up or down. That's like the lifeblood that we have. You send it up, and when it goes up, it now turns into gold. And now it hits the pineal gland. That's the pineal gland. So that's it. So what then happens is once you have this section of from the Kegel exercise that you've done, once you have this that goes up, you not only light up the pineal gland, but now you actually have semen retention. And that's what semen retention actually is. So let's go with the third cause. So the third cause, diet. Diet. I'm gonna tell you, this is not common sense to people. I don't know why, but diet. You can't eat garbage food and think that you can have sex with any and everyone. So meat, first of all, meat and dairy is you got to get rid of it. If you want to solve erectile dysfunction, erectile dysfunction, uh, what else? Erectile dysfunction, PCOS, painful periods. Women stop eating buckets of ice cream when your ass gets sad. Stop doing that. I don't know who told you that that was okay, but get rid of the dairy. Stop eating all the cheese. That's trash too. Erectile dysfunction, PCOS, painful periods. The list goes on. Low sperm count, low libido. Women don't want to have sex. All of this stuff, man. Look, your diet. Stop eating trash. You keep eating garbage food, that's just what's going to happen. You eat trash food. You need to eat electric. 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 Matter of fact, no, excuse me. Let's not put electric. Let's put bioelectric. Why? Because bio means life. So we need bioelectric food. You need to eat bioelectric food. Bioelectric food. Number one is going to be raw fruits. Raw fruits. Number two is going to be raw vegetables. Now, let me give you guys some insight. Raw fruits, we measure in what's called angstroms. A gentleman by the name of Angstrom, yes, his last name is Angstrom, he decided that he was going to take Killian photography, which is basically a picture, an image that you can put around a thing and see the energy field around that thing. So I can go to take Killian photography of an apple, and I should be able to see a magnetic field of space around that apple, around me. I have one too. So whatever you eat, raw fruits, you measure it in angstroms. So we don't do calories and protein over here, carbohydrates, all that kind of mess. You create all that stuff, by the way. So all you low carb diet people, and then you already make carbohydrate. You make all this stuff inside your own stuff, and that starts from a lack of hydration. But we'll get to that too. So raw fruits and raw vegetables. Raw fruits, I'm gonna go with 9 to 11K angstroms, and they're some, depending on how they're grown, let's see, in an 8 to 10,000 angstroms for vegetables. So you want to have electric food. Electric food, raw fruits and raw vegetables. The average healthy human being has, on average, 6,500 angstroms. 6,500 angstroms. To counter that, a person with cancer would have 4,875 angstroms of energy. Right then. That's a separation of only 175 angstroms. That's how close the margin is. Same thing with your pH. So understand that if you have an awful diet, you eat fast food, you're eating trash food, you're not eating with the circadian rhythm, you need to be able to eat with the times of the day. If the sun's going down, you should not be eating any more food after. That should be your dinner time. That is it. If it's pushed back outside, stop snacking. Turn it off. And usually the issue with people who are overweight is that they don't understand cues. You have cues. Q is based upon hydration. Usually those people who are eating and overeating are just thirsty. So stop eating. Stop eating and go drink some water. And I'm talking about real water, living water, moving water, spring water from an actual spring. All right? You guys can go check out freshpure.com if you're in the States, freshpure.com. They have what's called negative ORP. ORP is oxidation reduction potential. Oxidation reduction potential. It's like rust. So most people rust from the inside out. And that's why they're already sick, but they're going to be sicker. And then they're going to be even more dehydrated because they're drinking water that's going to cause them to be bloated and cause them to get even more dehydrated. So fruits provide you with what's called H3O2. I know you heard several people talk about this all the time. Dr. Robert Morris, Dr. Lalela Africa, Yaki Awaken, all they talk about fruits give you H3O2 chains. H3O2 chains. Why is it so important? Because potential hydrogen, you need more hydrogen. Okay, we're made of mostly, so we're made of four things. We're made of hydrogen, we're made of oxygen, we're made of oxygen, carbon, and nitrogen, amongst other things. But these are the main four: hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, nitrogen. So it starts with the hydrogen, gas, oxygen, gas, carbon, which is going to be sugar, and the nitrogen is going to be soil. The soil has nitrogen inside it. So if we don't get it from where we need to go get it from, we're not going to have this combination of the core four. And the core four, this is what the stars are made of. Stars are made of hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, nitrogen. So we are as above, so below. Understand that. All right? So this is why many people, when you're going on dates, men, don't take your woman to no damn steakhouse. and try to go get it in. They go pop a bottle of alcohol and think everything is cool. It's not. It's not cool. Don't do that. You don't need to do that. It's a complete waste of time. And I'm expressing to you all that your diet, your lack of hydration, 1, okay, your stress level, 2, which is caused by a lack of hydration, and then 3, your diet, the cause of PCOS, the cause of low testosterone, low libido, low sperm count, painful periods, irregular cycles. It's all caused by your lifestyle. And let me tell you right now, women, take off the birth control. If you don't want that gentleman to be your husband, do not open your legs to him. Because you got to understand that you have something that's very, very special. And it's very, very sacred. Sex is a sacred energy exchange. Sacred energy exchange. All right? And if you understand it as it's that powerful, you'll stop taking it for granted and neglecting yourself and understanding your true value. Women, you have an exceptional amount of value. Exceptional amount of value. And if your man can't see it, I'm actually going to question if he's a man or not. Because any man that can understand a woman that understands her value, that's what high value is to me. High value man ain't no man with $1 million. It ain't no. I seen this podcast where this woman said you have to understand how to walk around a high value man. So if he wants to cheat and if he wants to have multiple partners, then that's fine. But I'm like, what kind of brainwashing shit is that? No, it's not. Let me tell you right now. Okay, if you can't keep your penis inside your pants, just simple as that. Walking around because you have a commitment at home waiting for you. You can't keep it inside your pants. You ain't no damn man. You worse than a little boy. You ain't even in a category of a little boy. You see what I'm saying? Because first and foremost, commitment is self-discipline. I'm disciplined when I can leave my house and I can come back and know I have somebody waiting for me. I don't care if I had a fight. I don't care. So what? Get over it. So what? People disagree. So what? So what? It ain't your job to fix somebody. It's God's job to fix somebody. It's not your job to fix somebody. So 100% high value is a person that's rooted in the spirit, that's rooted in God, that's rooted in the place of doing the right thing just because it's the right thing to do. That's what a high value man or woman is, in my opinion. But whether you agree or disagree, I don't really give a damn. I'm gonna tell you right now that I can sleep at night with myself. I can sleep at night. I can lay my head down in peace, knowing that I have the right intentions always. I have the best intentions for myself and everybody else around me. So people who are living in corruptivity like that, you don't have good intentions. You don't have good intentions. So all of you women that say you got to pay me so I can get it, which is foolishness. You got to pay me this and that so I can go hit that. Your stuff ain't worth all that much then. It can't be. It can't be. It's not worth a damn thing. Because if you got to put a material value, monetary value on something as sacred as a seed, okay, as a vagina, a birthplace, a portal, all right, for people to come into, I mean, you got to be kidding me, man. You ain't looking at yourself right. You ain't looking at yourself right. And all the houses in the world, cars in the world, money in the world is not going to buy you no happiness. So that's why they say money can't buy you love, because it can't. You have to be able to love yourself. So this is the trick. And this is going to be the last thing I'm talking to you guys about in terms of sex. It's going to be love. So Wilhelm Reich talked about this thing called orgone energy. So love. So orgone energy. He talked about this in terms of the energy of the orgone. Everything around you is the orgone. That's what it is. And you're supposed to be walking around having an orgasm all the time. Basically, this entire thing touching your skin, all the air, the spirit that comes into you. You have to have the ability to love yourself. If you don't have the ability to love yourself, then you can't get this orgone energy. So he had what was called an orgone accumulator. I want you guys to look this up in your spare time. Wilhelm Reich. That's his name. So he's basically like the father of all your modalities that you guys have right now that you see, like all the self-help, wellness, all the massage and all the he's a guy that said you need to be able to have self-love first and foremost. And all of these sexual energy problems come from the inability, the incapacity to love yourself. You're sitting there, women taking birth control, trying to go find every partner that they possibly can because they don't love themselves. If you love yourself, you're not going to do all that. Men, same thing. If you love yourself, you ain't going to go there and go try to find 1,000, 10,000 women to go sleep with to go impress your homeboys. The hell with your homeboys. Your homeboys can't help you make a new person. They can't do a damn thing for you. And if you ain't got it, they ain't your homeboy. I'm gonna tell you right now. Y'all think y'all got real friends? Those are all fake friends. Those are all fake friends. If you ain't got it, they ain't got it. They ain't got it for you. See? So learn that this is the whole thought of everything is love. Love and I'm talking about self-love. So all you people who say narcissism is bad, conceitedness is bad, arrogance is bad, shut up. All y'all, shut up. Because if I know who I am, from whose I am, which is God's, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm as arrogant as they come. I'm as conceited and narcissistic as they come. And I'm telling you right now, as life is a mirror for me, I'm going to walk around with my head up high, loving myself 100%. No one has to go to confirm to me that I'm a wonderful human being. I already have it on the inside. That's how you're supposed to have it. And because you have it on the inside, you give everybody around you the same permission to do the same thing for themselves. And that's why I'm seeing everybody struggling so damn much right now. Because all society is telling you can't be confident, you can't be conceited, you can't be arrogant, you can't think that whatever you have to offer is even any good. You have to go ask somebody else if it's good or not. You ain't got to ask nobody else nothing. Because God already told you whatever you got is great for you. It's wonderful for you and it's right for you. Don't listen to nobody else no more. All right, but why would you even give a darn if everybody told you that you're good or bad? Look good, don't look good, who cares? Get over that. Y'all got too much power outsourcing to everybody else. Take your power back. So first and foremost, self-love. I'm going to put this self-love. Self-love. Love yourself. Love yourself. And understand that sexual energy is powerful. It's big. This is one of the things that not only to start creation, okay, but if you can pass this down to generations, you just keep on making wonderful people, smarter people, and it saves all of us the headache. It saves all of us the headache. So once again, if this video helped you guys out in any way, shape, or form, like it, share it, subscribe to our channel, and next time we have an update, which usually we have about a couple videos come out each week, and several shorts that come out because I do a lot of content creation. Hope you guys are learning something new and changing your lifestyle up to make you guys the best version of yourself that you possibly can be. And until next time, I'll catch you guys.